It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fight.
Deontay Wilder, bronze bomber, one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight history. His Vitaly Klitschko. You're looking at one half of the Klitschko.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner,
you can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves. And here we go.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here. I feel so lucky to be sacked.
These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. The straight right just misses. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. The crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Quick punch scores. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Caught up on how many times this guy gets hit. He's a slugger, Johnny, and you know he's just waiting for his opportunity to strike back.
They've got to be very wary. If you're in with a slugger, they will fight all night for fun. They'll stay in your face. They are naturally tough and strong and aggressive.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. It's all offense all the time. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Missing with the hook. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complete.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything worked. Wait for the reaction.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Look at his corner. Look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down. Make the most of the count. Get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee. Save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow get to the end of the round.
This is the type of fighter that would say, I don't even want rounds. Let's just fight until one of us can't stand up anymore.
Speed generates power. Timing is everything. If you've got speed, you can knock anybody out. You've just got to hit them in the right spot.
You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Throws the jab, but does not score. Think the pace will slow down, it picks up. When you're fighting a massive heavyweight like this, you can't go...
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
What now is about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
That counter shot, it looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Talk about Klitschko in that last round.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Come on. Let him get back into this. You're better than this, kid. Go back out there.
And there's the bell for round 3. They ring the bell, and here we go. How about that time counter shot? Just missed with that hook. Beautiful counter shot. He prevents that left uppercut from scoring. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. He threw a punch and just got countered. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter shot. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Misses with that uppercut. Misses with the jab. Perfect counter lands. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And Deontay Wilder just got clipped.
He's dazed. Where should he look? What should he do? Should he run? Should he try and hold on?
10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about it. There's the bell for round 4. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. There's a counter shot. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
The straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Caught him there. When are we going to see a jab from these two? There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
His stamina is off the charts. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well done with that counter shot. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Klitschko is dazed.
His legs have gone. Got to get their hands up. It's survival instincts now. Get him up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are right.
Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
Can make or break a fighter.
Needs you to switch back and get focused.
On to the fifth we go. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They exchange punches. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Misses with the right uppercut. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Beautiful counter punch. Here's a scoring blow. the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. The straight right just misses. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to thinking. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Perfect counter shot. These two were made for each other. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. Punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance.
On to the sixth round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
So one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Is he going to punch himself out, though? He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Solid punch. That counter punch caught him clean. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
The straight right just misses. Holding nothing back here in the round. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim it, go for speed.
Fear you have with this heavyweight is has he punched himself out. Neither fighter willing to slow down. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot cast out if you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything.
And there's the bell for round 7. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, slept right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Both men step back for just a moment. Missing with the left uppercut. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them... Hold it right there! Ooh, Klitschko stumbling backwards. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You'd like to see more jabs. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? What heart, what desire, but at what cost? And he scores with the counter. They're giving us a high-tempo show. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
Because when you talk about champion...
And they're back at it again here in round 8. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me, personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That jab doesn't score. Oh, and Klitschko just got rocked.
Bambi legs are kicked.
Down goes Klitschko.
Oh, he's down, he's down. Is he going to get up? He's staggering.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard.